Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a Will I Continue special episode. Today, I had the very special, but very talented and hilarious duo, Jack and Rick from Featured Anime Podcast. How you gents doing today?
So far, so good. And yourself?
Pretty lovely. Had a second cup of coffee for tonight because I'm tired all the time, kids and whatnot. But I'm very happy that you guys are doing this, man. I really appreciate you guys hanging out and doing this interview. I love you. You
I
guys are awesome.
appreciate it, and it's a pleasure being here, and look forward to doing this with you. It'll
Oh
be
yeah,
fun.
for sure.
Some little different, little exciting, I'd say.
Tickle your fancy, right?
Right.
Exactly. Variety is the spice of life, one says.
That's right. Oh man, but yeah, I just want to get to know you guys a little bit more. I can watch you guys. Oh, not watch you guys. Well, yeah, I do. Technically, yeah, I watch you guys on YouTube every once in a while. I can catch you guys live stream. You are great. You guys have a great chemistry. You guys seem like best friends, and you could tell with the how you guys interact with each other. But yeah, you guys got a
Not
special
bad.
thing going.
Well, thank you. I mean, like, we've only known each other for about 5 minutes. I saw him out on the street randomly. I smacked him around and said, "Hey, I like you," and he said, "Cool beans. Leave me alone, you freak." And
It's
here we
amazing.
are.
It's amazing the attention you get when you look like a hobo asking for some change.
True.
goes
Some
goes a
good,
long
some
ways.
bad. Yeah, no,
You know.
we've met. God, when did we meet? 2000,
20. No, God, no,
1999, maybe?
no.
No, because
Before that.
I was in high school. It was before high
It,
school.
it was way before high school. We've known each other for 25
God damn.
years, 26
Whoa.
years.
I know we've said it before, but it's well, we've said it to each other at least. But if we had a kid together when we met, they'd be out of college by now and supporting us.
Oh,
Exactly. And why we didn't think of that at the time is still beyond me.
Well, adolescence. What can you do?
That's dumbasses. But yeah, no, 26 years. It's unbelievable that we've known each other for this long.
Dear God, yeah. Wow, 20. I was
I mean-
9. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Yeah.
wow.
Time flies when you have fun. No, ironically enough, we actually got into a fist fight and then we became friends.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's one way to start a friendship.
Well, we actually knew nothing about each other, and what happened was
Yeah.
I was told that Rick was talking trash about me, and he was just walking down the street, and so we ended up fighting, and the rest honestly was history from that. It was like,
Yeah. What else?
I mean, like, granted, he mostly true, but what ended up happening was Rick ended up using me mainly for my Game Boy.
Oh,
You
Which
don't even know.
honestly got him in trouble because his
Yeah.
his his mom thought I was a drug dealer. And I was like, "Yo, just tell him it's outside," or I told him on the phone actually, "It's
Yeah.
outside. It's under the trash can outside." And so his mom, his, he goes outside to grab the Game Boy that's wrapped in a baggie outside, and his mom's got a picture of pleasure and pain on her face because she's like, he's not doing drugs, but he's a dork. Great.
She was like, he's not doing drugs. Oh God, he's not doing drugs.
I honestly don't know what to say to that.
Yeah. Uh,
That's
I
well, that's
remember
cool.
I still have a saved game probably on your Pokemon Yellow.
Oh man,
Still not
Probably.
done. Still not done.
Probably.
Never beat the Fantastic Four, even with a level 100 Mr. Mime.
That's because you
It's
suck.
here.
That's
I
because
don't
you
know how
suck.
to play I like 3 Pokemon, and if I can't get through with those 3, I'm done.
Well, I mean, I could honestly get, that's irrelevant of the matter.
I was gonna
Besides the
say,
point.
you beat the game with 1, all right? You show
Yeah.
me you beat the whole game with 1.
Dude, I've beaten you with my feet, all right? So,
oh god.
No, well, clarification. We used to play video games a lot. My favorite game, hands down, is Budokai Tenkaichi 2 for the PlayStation 2. And my go-to character is Super Trunk Super Saiyan. So the second stage, essentially, where he bulks up,
Mhm.
and like Brawly, he can literally tank any hit you have, and continue his attack. He doesn't falter unless it's like a super. And I hadn't played for a while, and Jack over here, decides, oh, I've been playing for a while, and I know these combos literally by heart. Go ahead, choose your favorite character. So I go to my go-to, and I don't know if it was him studying or if it was him just focusing specifically on characters that are counters to Trunks, and he just wipes the floor with me with his hands, and I'm not talking like perfect or anything like that, but damn close. And then he's like, I could beat you with my feet. I'm like, nah, I'll get you a soda if you can. And yeah, he did. It wasn't nearly as close as it was with his hands, but it was not something I would have.
He never played me after that. He never played me after that.
You gotta show some mercy.
Not for lack of the desire. Not for lack of desire. I wanted to, but I wanted to practice first. And I should probably mention, I wanted to practice with my own system, but I didn't have a system until like eight years later. And Tenkaichi wasn't a thing anymore on PlayStation 2.
Moved on to bigger and better things at that point.
There was a reason he was my Kinect for the Game Boy, because I was not allowed to have any game systems.
Oh God.
I had a Super Nintendo until I had an Xbox.
Oh.
True. True.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was so, I'm not going to say inept when it came to game systems, but I was so delusional that I thought everything was cross-platform. And the reason I bought an Xbox is because when I finally went online and I got a PlayStation 1, I was like, oh my God, I'm with the first century now. We're good. Yep. I got Fable, The Lost Chapters, I think it was, on eBay for like $8. And I was like, I'm going to play this game. It's going to be my best game. I'm going to do it. It's going to be great. I pop it in the PlayStation, and it does not work.
Yeah, because...
Could not understand.
Wow.
Yeah, and then I had to come over and explain to him. I was like, that's not a PlayStation game there, Rick. It's an Xbox.
And I was PlayStation till I died. I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm ever going to go to Xbox, except for maybe this game. And then I buy a used Xbox for, I think, $38, again, on eBay, have it shipped to me, pray to God everything's there, and it works. And I owned Fable. It was the best game. To this day, I cannot express how awesome the first Fable was with the chaining lightning ability. Like everything else, you could just hit one character, one enemy. Fable, the first one, you could chain lightning, and it was awesome. But I went to Xbox after Final Fantasy went to Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it wasn't solely just for that. There was a lot of reasons behind it.
It was
that.
Mostly. It was like,
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Beside the point, but it's all good. Anyways, sorry to just like get on a rant.
No, it's all
a little
good.
Tangent there, but
it's a little preview of our podcast.
Yeah, that's right. Well, thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming in. You want to? We'll just jump into the questions for you guys. You guys good with that?
By all means, go ahead.
All right. Just as, I guess, transparency, just most of the time, or this is something new. I got one hand gave them the podcast questions, interview questions actually, and that way, I don't like bombarding anybody with surprise or anything. So they hopefully had some time to think about these questions. So I'm expecting a report, an essay, a couple pages long for each question. So buckle in, and let's get to it.
Yeah. So. I'm gonna be totally honest, man. I read the questions and then that was it. I totally wing everything that I do. And in case you don't know, so does Rick. We just kind of wing it all the time. Yeah, I'm sure you are.
It's perfectly fine, man. You just failed class. That's all. You don't get to graduate.
It wouldn't be the first time. I went to continuation school.
I went to continuation school before I graduated, so that tells you where I was.
There you go. Alrighty, guys. Let's see here. So, why don't you guys tell us a little bit about the Featured Anime Podcast?
let you
Well,
start.
it's well, it's a podcast about
Mhm.
anime, and every week we feature an anime that we actually watch. Ironically, this is actually not the first name that we had for it. If you go to back some of our earlier episodes, I want to say the first 27 episodes, it was Feudal Anime Podcast, and that's the name that we had decided
Mhm.
on at the very beginning when we first came up with the name. And all transparency, the reason why we went with the FAP is because of FAP or fapping.
I was wondering about
Like
that.
there's
It's
no
like,
reason,
"Fap,
there's no
what?"
special reason behind it other than
Yeah.
we're just a couple of dorky pervs and period. That's all we are.
Yeah, I wanted to walk around with a shirt at the time. I want to point that out. Not so much anymore, but I wanted to walk around with F period A period P period, just so that I have people ask me or be disgusted by me in public. And I'm so happy we went with actual words on the shirts now, because
Well, I mean, we have some shirts that do have F.A.P. but it's in small writing on the top left or top
Yeah.
right, you know.
Perfect advertising.
But
yeah,
right?
eye catching. It was definitely
Beautiful.
something that is memorable, and culturally speaking, I mean,
It works.
Mhm.
yeah, I was gonna say
I
it's,
mean,
It had a hit song for a little bit.
exactly, yeah.
It is what it is, but honestly, that's what it was. We used to be Feudal Anime Podcast, and after about 27 episodes, Rick and I, we got together and it was like, you know what, we aren't really focusing on a particular genre for anime.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're just kind of like every week featuring an anime, so
Mhm.
let's go literal. We're featured anime podcast. We're featuring every week, and that's kind of the rundown. Is we don't have any particular set style. We don't have any particular rules per se. I mean, like we do have some kind of structure, but that's mostly because of trial and error, and I need some kind of structure or I will go insane.
Yeah, we know.
But-
We know. It's Jack's always right. Rick's always wrong. We know the routine.
You know, the
We may have
technicalities,
a
all
shirt
right?
that says
I mean, like,
never right crew, you know?
Yeah, right.
it's okay. It's okay. I mean, like, it is what it is. But
I mean, when we first started, it was we used to just shoot the shit over the phone, because I moved across the country for my job,
Mhm.
and he moved like 3 states over, or two states, something like that. And originally, I was making some decent money, so I bought everyone in my family, including my good buddy here, who just treats me like a homeless man.
you are.
I bought everyone Xbox One and Destiny, the Destiny.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, no. You didn't
Well-
buy my Xbox One. I bought my own Xbox One, all right?
Here's
I
the
have
part
my
when
own
Jack's
job.
right and Rick's wrong.
Exactly. I bought everybody but his. So I bought my dad one. I bought me one. I bought my brother one. I even bought my sister one, and she never plays.
Mm.
But we all played Destiny together, and it was just, we would shoot the shit over the phone, and then we'd play games, and then it just became too much for me because I started working much later, as you probably have seen with our podcast more recently, where I'm like, it's like 1 a.m. We got to get going,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. And he was like, hey, why don't we just do a podcast with this? Are you up for it? And at first I'm like, absolutely not, because one, I enjoy doing this with you. If it's a job, we're going to have a problem,
Mhm.
because I got one job and I need all the free time I can get. And he's like, no, it's purely fun. We're not going to do anything with it. It won't be bad. And then we go, well, okay, fine. If it's not going to be serious, it's not going to be bad. What can we name it? Something that's kind of obnoxious that actually fits what we're going for, where FAP came from.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
Then it kind of just evolved past that, and I mean, we still shoot the shit
Mhm.
on just now. A wider audience has the option to listen to
Yeah.
our nonsense.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, it's really helped us because he had those later night working times and being 3-hour difference. it was hard for us to really connect all the time, and
Right.
trying to figure out or coordinate gaming or anything like that really just didn't always work out. And so what the podcast really helped us do was made it so that way we for sure at least once a week had a talk, whether or not it was just for 30 minutes, for an hour, or whatever. It
Yeah.
really helped us maintain and keep that connection with each other,
That's awesome.
because it's something that we both, or I like to think we both enjoy doing it. It's fun.
Oh yeah.
But it gives me something to look forward to every week. I get to actually sit down, I get to talk with my friend. We talk about anime like we used to when we were in the same state, and we just shoot the shit about all kinds of random stuff all the time, man. And
Oh,
that's one of the reasons why I truly enjoy doing this podcast, is because it does give me time with my best friend,
Oh.
my brother. Actually, I mean, I call his mom. He calls my mom. It's
Oh.
literally we're family in each other's eyes. I mean, it's,
Don't grab a tissue. Oh my god.
See, he went
That's
a little
awesome, though.
deeper with it, but I originally thought that he just got tired of carrying me because I'd fall asleep holding the controller.
Oh god.
So it's like, look, solo leveling's the way to go. But yeah, no, he's honestly probably my closest friend, and I'm more than happy to continue doing this. There was a time where it started to drag a bit because we didn't have structure. We didn't have. It's surprising as that was, the starting out just being, shooting the shit. Structure is a huge part of this whole thing. It I would say made our friendship a little bit better because it holds us accountable, or sometimes not when someone doesn't watch the anime.
you wish. You wish.
As a Jack, you watch it like with some animes once or twice, right?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will watch it a couple of times, especially
I'll be happy
if
to watch it
if
once.
it's like long lulls in between. I'll actually watch it twice. But usually I'll try to watch it within a couple of days of the recording, if not all the way up to leading it. Rick, on the other hand,
This is a really good point here. How many episodes did you watch of the show we're going to record for this week?
how many?
Yeah.
Oh, I already watched it. I'm done.
Yeah. I'm on episode 2.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I am usually up till like 3 o'clock, so it's like
Oh, fair.
from 10 to like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm usually up watching anime just to make sure I have it done by the time we actually record.
Right.
Rick, on the other hand, he'll listen to it like it's a podcast, and he actually won't watch it. I'm going to use air quotes, watch it. Right? But, I mean, like, he gets the gist of the story. He reads his cliff notes like he did with
Oh,
Actually I
God.
Am, and
Yeah, you're going to love
Talks
that
about-
one.
talks about time-traveling granddaughters, throws everyone for a loop.
For the
And,
record, I would argue that our podcast is more entertaining than that show. Okay,
True.
That one podcast about the show had more content, better structured, just amazing quality. Granted, no animation, but you can. There really wasn't much to talk about for that particular episode. Nothing to write home
well,
about.
because you didn't watch it. You watched 3 episodes, so you read cliff notes. That's why it's hard to carry on a conversation when you don't watch it.
So here's the thing. Remember I was talking about structure? This
Yeah.
lovely man decided, and I was expecting him to be like, well, if you haven't finished it, maybe we could just record tomorrow. No, he's like, I hit the record button. We're live. We're going to keep going. So I'm going to make this as awkward as possible. Let's continue. What's going on? Do you remember this? Oh, no, because you didn't watch it. Well, this happened, and this happened. Oh, no, what you said didn't happen. Here's what actually happened. I'm like, oh, God. Ugh.
I've noticed that a
Let's,
couple episodes.
Yeah. Yep.
It's
And I will admit there was only one episode. Well, there's only one episode you can tell about that. While we're recording, I'm watching the last episode.
Yeah. he
Have the
He
subtitles
literally-
off, it's muted.
he's sitting there pausing. Wait. Nope. Sorry. Never mind. Well, I have this theory. Wait. No, never mind. Sorry, my bad. I misspoke. I just remembered something as that scene finished 30 seconds ago.
There was
I
only
was
one
wondering about that.
episode. There was only one episode that actually happened on. Oh god, yeah, no, we were talking, and he's just letting me go. And God bless him. He's got a straight face the entire time. Like, you could see the avatar. I at the time saw his real face, and full on, dude deserves an Oscar because he was just, dude, you're so right. I'm so amazed that's so cool. And then when it did a literal 180 from everything I was saying, I was like, I'm just joking, right? And he goes, yeah, huh? Yeah, huh? What else you got?
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those moments where it's just like, yeah, you're just letting me hang myself, aren't you? It's like, yeah. Yep. That's exactly what I'm doing.
That's what best friends do, right?
Exactly.
Oh man,
That's how lessons are learned.
speaking of which, what were some of your favorite moments of the podcast, or least favorite moments, since we're kind of going those type of episodes?
My least favorite.
Hmm?
Okay, so there's an episode. I challenge you to find it. I challenge anyone to find it, where somehow, some way, a certain someone hits the record button, and the very first thing we hear is something to the effect of, "I wish my dick was as big as Jack's."
Oh yeah. So
No, don't tell him what it is. Don't tell him which one it is. You gotta find it
no. But I do remember that, and it was
vividly because that anime screwed me over.
Oh,
It was
wow.
the very first one you had me cry on.
Now it's a challenge.
yes. So great. It was one of
It
the.
was a good movie. It was a show. It was amazing.
It's a great show. Well worth it, and the music, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Animation is great too. Oh my god.
Now you just want to just tell me what it is because I want to watch it.
I think it was one of our 10s actually.
Oh yeah, 10s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We gave it a 10. If you want to know the name of it, I actually have recommended it to you before.
Oh, okay. You recommend a lot though.
I do. We do. But no, this was actually recommended to you on Twitter.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So
Oh, is it one of
narrow
our
it down
shared?
a little bit for you.
Yeah.
It's all right though.
Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to rack my brain. Oh man, now is it? I was wondering if it's one that I shared, like I did the retweet quote thing, or I comment on one
You'll
now.
just have to figure that
Dang.
out, Joe. I mean, I can't. You can't just let it go. I'll even give you an extra hint. It's way before we hit the 100s.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no. It's,
Okay.
It's old. It's cringy. It's
Oh man, that
it's
sounds like a
before
good-
we had structure.
I would
Those are the
say
best
it's
times.
One of our first 50, I would say.
For sure.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, now you really okay. All right, now I'm good. Now I'm gonna have a search quest. All right, cool. All right, we're after this. After our I continue episode, I'm gonna have to really look now.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna. Once you hear it, because it happens in the first couple of seconds, you'll go,
he
yeah,
hit the record
yeah.
button. And I went,
Oh
oh,
god,
shit."
that's staying in there.
I could be Jack. I could have a big dick too. Yeah, I'm sure you could. I'm sure you could.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
Ugh.
This
joys of it
relationship
all.
we have.
It is.
Please do tell more. Anywho.
Yeah. No, but as far as crap, what was the question? I know it was some about what was.
Oh,
Some of the high points
Yeah.
and
Ah.
favorite or least favorite moments.
Correct,
I
yeah.
mean, I'd have to say that's probably one of your more least favorite moments.
I mean,
Depending on
it
perception. right?
wasn't. It wasn't my best day by any stretch of the imagination. But one of my worst moments was when I had to do a solo recording. Because as you can see, if you listen to any of the things, I just show up. Like
Yeah.
I'm
He does.
available, and he does everything as far as the plugs, the mentions, the research. like I do what I can with what I need to do, I should say. And I've tried to do intros before, and we cut them
Yeah.
hard
Oh wow.
because they're atrocious. Because so I can talk about anything, and I can bullshit my way into and out of amazing situations.
Mhm.
But if I need to do specifics, I got a problem.
Yeah, that's where I come in. I'm all about those specifics. And it's not that Rick doesn't know what he's talking about, or it's not that he doesn't know what he needs to do. He does. It's just when he's put on the spot, it's the ADOLS kicks in and he has trouble. It's like, oh shit, what do I do? Where do I wait? What was it? Wait,
Attention deficit. Ooh, shiny.
oh look, shiny.
I know that
That's
feeling.
Yeah.
So he has it bad. And in case you can't tell, especially in case if for anyone who's never heard us before, if you just hear me go, anyways, it's because I'm trying to bring it back on track. It's like, Rick, come
I
on,
don't know.
buddy, let's
I-
off on
I
a
do go-
tangent,
Yeah, I was
going
gonna say
in the
tangents are
deep
my thing.
weeds. The AR. And I'm all about trying to bring it back in, trying to keep it focused. But sometimes you just got to let them go on those tangents because it will eventually come back around. But if it starts going off in the weeds, that's when I have to, like, Rick.
Reel it back in. Reel it back in.
There have been times where he'll mute his mic, and you'll hear me pause. It's because he's clapping and like looking at me with his eye. You know the sign that you do when you have two fingers in front of you. You point your eyes, you point their eyes, you point their eyes to get their attention. He's like, you need to focus. You need to focus. Get
Focus.
back on topic. What are we talking about here? You realize this is going to get cut, right? Like rule
Yeah.
number 4 is in effect here.
Yes.
Oh my god.
He-
I'm real that episode.
So the rules we have on our Discord server are very true, even in the podcast. And sometimes he likes to go off on those tangents, and I'll actually mute his mic and just look at him. He's like, bro, yeah, none of this is live.
Yeah.
You're sitting there
Like,
rambling for no reason.
It got bad. Like he was like, there was one specific. He was like, "Yo, you were good until that last 2 seconds. We're gonna get kicked off the air. Like they're gonna ban us. They're gonna flag the account.
Like literally,
No.
it's like it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Like,
Blah
I
blah
had a
blah.
point.
What? What?
I had a point. The problem is, at that specific time, I was a little bit tired, and
That woke you up. That
Oh, it
woke
did.
you up.
It did. And I've actually said my name on 2 different occasions in the entire episode, like our series. And I don't know if you nixed it out of there, but during the live events, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, so these are our actual nicknames. These aren't our real names. Jack is a handle I've always gone by. I've always used Jack. Hell, Rick even has me saved in his phone as Jack, even though it's what it's always been. Like
Yeah.
there's never been a time where it hasn't been Jack. Everyone at school, everything like that. What's your name? Jack. Oh, hey, how you doing? And they get the yearbook and they're like, I don't see you in here. Oh no, I'm right here.
Oh.
I thought your
Yeah.
name was Jack. It is to you. Don't worry about it.
You don't know me well enough.
You're not privileged.
Yeah.
Peasant.
Damn plebs. Ugh.
Well, dang, now you spoiled it for me. Now it's a real mystery. Who are you really, Jack and Rick?
We are figments of your imagination.
We
We are.
part of the feudal enemy. No, I'm kidding.
See, right? Not even that anymore. Jesus Christ, dude. What the hell?
But that sounded good though, right?
Plug it.
But that sounded good. That's a good intro.
When we originally had that name, we were going to focus on the old, like 1995 and earlier.
Mhm.
And then we realized we like that, but what we thought was there is actually closer to the 2000s. And
Yeah.
then we're like, well, shit, we want to cover that because we want that.
Mhm.
And one of the prerequisites to doing this is when we were talking, I was like, there's some anime that I've been asking you to watch for years, and you just couldn't, either because of time constraints or I'd say it and you'd forget. And he was like, "Yeah, same here," which is how, ironically enough, uh, uh, one of our tens came up. The ten in question came up because he was trying to get me to watch it for years, and I was like, "No, it sounds girly. There's no way in hell I'm watching. No." And I was wrong. I was very wrong. And it's this is how I learned slowly over many a years, many a episodes that I actually do enjoy slice of life.
Hmm.
Begrudgingly, I might add.
True,
But
true. Yeah,
it went
he was a
from
hardcore no Slice of Life is trash
No, yeah.
fan. All right, and pointed out some, watched some, and some of the ones that he loved and highly recommended to others. Is like, oh, that's Slice of Life too. Yep. Shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'm with Rick though. I mean, I was kind of the same way. I was in your Discord. I was confused. What's slice of life? It was for like everyday life. But yeah, I had a hard time with it too. And until I think it was, what was it? I forget what it was. It wasn't Silent Voice, but it was another anime before that. But you just kind of like, I don't know. I like the drama in it too. Some of the slice of life stuff.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
it really pulls you in.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't expecting any of that. I was in my head, slice of life was just run of the mill everyday. No, so I used to be superpowers, underdog, and isekai. Those were my three go-tos because one, I hated my life, and two, if I had the opportunity to uppercut people to the sky, I'd be in jail right now. I never had the
True.
ability, so
I mean-
I'm a free man. I never had the ability to where I could Team Rocket them, and that's the only time I'd actually. Yeah. There's one guy. Dude's name is Victor. He doesn't know me anymore, but oh god, if I could just, I could have died happy, if I could have just, blasting off again.
It's not entirely out of the realm of possibility that you could still do that. I'm just saying, it's.
Oh no, I'm talking like, I would have. People
I'm being
recording me.
literal. I'm saying literally, you can still do that. It's not out the realm of possibility. I mean, granted, it won't be him flying away.
Yeah,
It would be
well, that's-
pieces
it would
of
be
him, multiple pieces of him
No.
flying away
No, it
in
would
multiple
be-
directions. But
it would be my attempt and then a broken arm. Because I'd get too excited, I'd get amped up, I'd get all jittery. I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Yeah. And then it'd be one of those anime where the guy gets super excited, overzealous, and then makes a noise, and the person he's about to hit looks over and goes, "Huh?" and then moves ever so slightly, and then the only thing that hits him is the sweat from my arm as it goes past him, and then he goes, "Oh, we're doing that," and then gut punch. So that's how I see it playing now, and I'm too old to have a gut punch and be able to recover quickly.
true, true.
Like if I sleep wrong, somehow it hurts.
I
Yeah.
keep thinking that's one heck of a tagline for you guys. There goes Fat blasting off again. More than one meaning there.
Yeah, it's true too. A lot of it be true too.
Oh man.
All right. But let's see here for. Oh
So
man.
yeah, I mean, like honestly, those are some of my favorite moments for it.
Yeah.
But in general, there's a lot of favorite moments for the podcast, and some of our least favorite moments are the ones where I would have to say are the ones where we didn't really have that structure, where we didn't have that real commitment to it, where it's like, okay, we have to really move forward.
Well, we
it's
didn't
like
know when we started it. It was more of a episode by episode, playbook by playbook kind of thing, rather than, and then it converted to an overview, and then when Jack and I were talking about it, we're like, well, you know what? If we want to push this Patreon thing, and we want to give something to the listener to help them actually watch it, because we were thinking about it, giving an overview, giving the beginning, middle, and then end. We did all your work for you. We robbed you of the experience of having a destination. Now, I personally enjoy spoilers. I like to know where I'm going. I like to know what my endpoint game is. So if you tell me about a movie, the only thing it's going to do for me is let me know if I'm going to enjoy it or not. You're not going to ruin the experience for me because the not knowing, it it's immaterial to me.
Hmm.
And when we were talking, we're like, you know what we're doing is we're explaining this whole anime, this whole 2 week long thing, and when we just tell you about the end, you don't have to do that. And we're robbing you of all the things you could see rather than what we see. Because we watched it, we understood that we're not talking about every nuance, every awesome thing that happened, every shitty thing that happened.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
if we give you our opinion of the whole series, whole whatever it is, whole movie, whole episode, and we do a good enough job, just good enough that you can walk away going, I know what it's about. We robbed you of knowing what it is rather than what it's about.
Yeah, and that's where it really kind of turned the point for us, where we really try and convey it without also at the same time kind of spoiling it. So we do spoil the end sometimes. We do
Yeah,
delve
no,
or teeter
sometimes.
on it sometimes, or
Hmm.
we'll talk about it sometimes. But
I
by and
think,
large, we do our best to really kind of focus on the core story of it,
yeah,
give you that general feeling for it, so that way you can go into it. It's like, that sounds like a great show. I really want to check it out now. I really want to see how it ends,
Hmm.
because when we're talking about it, we'll go, I hated the way it ended. It ended really crappily. It left it open. It left me with all these questions. But we're not going to tell you exactly how it ended, why
Yeah.
it ended that way,
yeah.
what it was,
Hmm.
because we
It-
want you to go and experience it yourself. I mean, like, granted, if it's like a Glass Slip, which is one of our worst rated shows, we both hated it. I mean, like, granted, we don't want you to watch it. It's total
Mhm.
trash. You're
yeah, no,
better off burning it from the face of the
we'll
earth.
do
Oh,
everything
yeah.
we can to try to protect you. But I would say if you wanted to get poetic with it, I don't. But I just thought of it, and it sounds really awesome the way I'm about to say it, at least in my head. So if it doesn't, just say it doesn't make me feel better.
Okay.
Um, but it's more of like a love letter to an advertisement of the show.
Hmm.
If we enjoyed it, we don't want to spoil it, but we want to entice you to enjoy the experience we had.
Hmm.
So
That's very poetic.
that's
Yeah, you guys do a good job at it for sure. Totally understand.
Thank you.
One reason why I really like listening to you guys. So you do a very good job of that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's something that we enjoy to do. It's not just us trying to talk about the show. I mean, part of it, yes, but we want others to take joy and really kind of share in our joy of that show. Like,
Hmm.
we want people to be excited with us about shows or be
Yeah.
disappointed with us about shows.
Yeah.
We, you know,
Yeah.
it's all part of that experience, and we want to make it so that way everyone shares in that experience. And if
Mhm.
we can do our due diligence and make it so that way you are able to go, yes, that sounds like something, and get that show that recognition it truly deserves, I think we did a great job then at that point. If
Be it good or bad.
For sure.
Yeah, true.
Totally. Let's see here. So you guys kind of already answered my other question. What sets you guys apart from other anime dedicated podcasts? You guys are, you're going to touch on that a little more, but I think you guys did fairly well. Just your characteristics, your personalities. You guys want to elaborate more on
Yeah,
that, maybe, or?
No, I mean, like, honestly, in general, I feel like everything that we've been talking about is really kind of what sets us apart from other ones. That and the fact that Rick and I have known each other for over 20 years, and we have lifelong friendship, and it's sad to say, but it's not every day that you actually hear about friends lasting or having friendships that last as long as ours, where
Yeah.
you grew up with that friend. Most of the time it's like, oh, we've been friends for like 10 years, 10, 11 years, which is, that's nothing to sneeze at, especially
Yeah, great.
these days. It's great, but you don't have someone that literally grew up with you, shared in your life experiences, and has been there for a majority, if not all of your life, where you can just say, you know what, remember when this happened 20 years ago? Yes, actually,
Well,
I do remember that.
There are some people that can do that, but they're usually much older than us.
True.
True.
But I mean, so to give you an idea as far as the kind of friend that Jack has been to me is, so obviously, as I mentioned earlier, I moved across the country,
Mhm.
and there was one instance that I remember where I was like, "Dude, I'm having a rough time," and he told me flat out, "If you need me to, I can show up," and it
Oh,
meant
that's
a
awesome.
lot. And
Yeah.
I tried to do the same. If he ever needed anything, I'm only a 6 hour flight away. Granted, only a 6 hour flight, and it's usually about
Only.
like $400 or $500. But to me, that's a drop in the bucket compared to what he's worth, what my
Yeah.
friendship with him is worth.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
I know the reverse would be true.
Hmm.
So
It's
Be
very
out there
rare.
if you ever need me, man.
I appreciate
Always.
it. But it's not easy to find something like that because I had friends out here where rule number 4 came into play, and politics broke us up because I said one thing and they said another thing, and then with Jack and I, that happened as well over different things, of course, but not necessarily just politics. But I assumed, wrongly so, that a difference of opinion was acceptable, and unfortunately, I lost those friends because I didn't realize that I was fortunate when I grew up having him there. I could disagree and then the next day act like nothing happened.
Exactly. I mean,
So,
and that's one of the things too is, he and I, we don't always agree on everything, in case you can't tell. uh, but that is something that I value more so than anything. One of the things that I actually truly value in him is the fact that I can say something to him, and if he disagrees with me, we'll talk about it or whatever, and then that's it. Move on with our lives. Hey, blah blah blah, this and that, and that's it. And that's one of the things that I feel a lot of friendships are missing these days is where you're surrounded by a lot of yes men and not so much of different or varying opinions. Because Rick and I, we don't agree. I mean, there's a lot of things he and I don't agree on. There's a wealth of stuff we don't agree on. But at the end of the day, I mean, like, and I've told him this before. It's at the end of the day, that's not what is truly important to me. I mean, like, at the end of the day, if shit hits the fan, will you be there for me? And the answer is 100% yes, and I will always 100% be there for him, no matter what. I mean, like, and that's honestly what's truly important. It's not the superficial stuff. Like, yeah, you may disagree with me on that. I may disagree with you on that. And if we can't come to terms, then we can't come to terms, and we just understand that that's just not a topic that we typically need to talk about with each other.
we
Because
disagree and move on.
Right.
exactly,
So I think
like
a lot of
how he
relationship-
rated Sin. He rated Sin as a 3. I rated it an 8. I feel it deserves to be higher than the 3, Rick.
I think it deserves lower than the 3. Damn.
But it's I feel like that also kind of is one of the things that really set us apart from other podcasts, because a lot of the podcasts that are out there that I've listened to, that I understand, is a lot of the time the hosts, they're just friends with them because they have an identical mindset where it's like, well, no, I don't agree with you on that and this is why.
Yeah.
And that's something that he and we love to do. It's like, no, I don't. What do you mean? No, that's not how it is. This is exactly how it is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what, Jack? You're wrong. Watch your mouth.
Yeah. Well, no. So my opinion on disagreements are you don't really have the ability to have an opinion unless you can argue both sides. Because if you can't argue both sides, you don't know enough.
Correct.
And a lot of the time, I know enough, and Jack doesn't, and it just doesn't convey that way. I'm kidding.
The
What?
joy of it all, right? Yeah. I just fly by the seat of my pants. I know nothing. Anyways, we were talking about these cartoon loonies thingies. Anyways, right?
Right. Oh,
Bugs, Duck, and Daffy Bunny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bud Elmer, one of them.
One of them.
Oh man, you guys are awesome. Oh man. So let's get into some other questions here. I'll just go through a couple more here. I know we're kind of running out of time here. So let's do what? I'm sorry.
Well, I was saying go for it.
Okay. Let's see here. this to go with, if you could omit one anime out of the history of anime, which one
Glass Lip.
would it be and
Glass
why?
Lip. No,
Glass
Glass
Lip.
Lip.
Glass
Dude,
Lip.
that Glass Lip was the one you and I both rated a 1. That you frequently
Alright,
forget, and you have to re-watch part of it, or look
know
at
what?
the synopsis and go,
So-
"Shit, that's right, we watched it." But
So
my
that
God.
we can have 2 here, because I think we deserve 2. You'll go
No.
with Glass Lip, and
No.
I'll go with Actually I Am.
you know what, if you would admit that anime out of history, I mean, okay,
you-
I mean, like you didn't rate it as low as Glass Lip, though. I mean,
Oh, no, you are correct, but I'm assuming you both get one. And Glass Lip is already gone. Why waste 2 wishes on one item?
okay, all right. Well, you know, it still haunts my dreams every night, so that's why that one's still there. So.
Yeah. Oh crap! There was one you had me watch that was just horrible. We did not do a recording on it because we couldn't. Like, it was one of those ones that I just no. Crap! What was it about? It was super popular, like not too long ago, for all the wrong reasons. Like, it was universally bad.
I don't know. I mean, we've watched all the ones I've recommended, with the exception of the one that you chose, that we didn't, for an obvious reason. All right, so, I mean, we literally went back and re-recorded the ending because it's like I couldn't find it anywhere. I found it, sent him the link, and I told him, I was like, yeah, dude, there's boobas right at the very beginning. Even the thumbnail's a booba.
I was like, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And then literally the first, I'm like, oh hell no, no,
Yep.
kids could listen to this. No.
Nope. Yep. No, it was like mistakes were made. Mistakes were
horrible.
made.
I thought so when I recommended it. I thought that you had like known about it or seen it a little bit, and when you were like, okay, yeah, I was like, oh, so it must not be that bad. And then when you sent me that, I'm like, oh god, it is that bad. It is that bad.
Yeah, literally, what did I say? I said, careful who you watch this around. There's boobs, literally, in the first 2 seconds.
Yeah,
And he's
the
like, nah,
jiggle
it can't be that bad.
the jiggle physics and the noises they made.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was
It was bad.
it was
It was bad.
yeah, it was not safe for work in any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah, literally, I sent him the link, and immediately followed it by, careful who you watch this around.
Yeah.
And I also followed that up with boobas right away, with another immediate follow-up of, I think this would have been better as a patron exclusive.
Yeah. and it will be. And it will be.
Assuming it's voted on. Assuming it's
Yeah,
voted on.
well, I might have to make a few alt accounts.
Pull rank.
Right?
Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there's got to be another zero out there. We have Glass-
I mean, like, the Magnificent Kotobuki was another really bad one.
I don't remember it.
I haven't seen it.
Exactly. You don't remember it.
I remember
The animation was like flipped in between really bad CG and animation,
Oh,
and they were
God.
on
Yeah.
planes.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay, there's that one. So that's another horrible one.
Oh man.
I mean, if you're talking about which ones we could omit from
Mhm.
our podcast, I mean, like, I would honestly choose any of the ones that I did a solo episode on. But there's like 4 or 5 of them, and one of them's like in our top 3. So I don't think we can safely do that.
Yeah, no.
Hmm.
No, okay, so fine. I'll go with Glass Lip because even though I dislike Actually I Am because I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Now I gotta go see it. I've never seen Glass Lip, so it sounds interesting. How horribly bad
No,
it
it's
is.
not. It
No,
is.
it's really not. Whatever you're thinking, it's not.
Yeah, so if you're wanting an anime without a story, that's
Mm-hmm.
a little confusing and boring as hell,
drawn.
and then this is right up your alley.
Hey.
But even then, it's still not up your alley. It's bad.
Gotcha. All right.
I think the entire time we both talked about it, we were questioning, is like, so why did that happen? Why was
Yeah.
that what?
There was no cohesion at all. There was no direction. There was no just
Nothing.
it left confusion and questions. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We'll go with that then, huh?
Well, that's good.
and
Good enough for me.
That's bad storyboarding, I would say.
Gotcha. All right,
Assuming
guys.
it had storyboarding.
You're right.
It may not, yeah. The way it sounds like.
Yeah, no.
All right, guys.
All right, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. All right, guys. Well, that kind of does it for us right now for this special interview for Will I Continue. Thank you, guys. Where can they find you guys at? All your socials and streaming services.
At Those Anime Guy on Twitter. You can check us out on Facebook, Featured Anime Podcast on Facebook. Patreon.com/Featured Anime Podcast. We're there, but if in general we have our podcast and everything like that at www.featuredanimepodcast.com.
Awesome. You guys should go out and check them out. They're great. They're just as hilarious in this episode as they are their other podcast episodes. So go check them out, guys. All right, this will do it for our special Will I Continue episode, our interviewing of Feature Anime Podcast, composed of Jack and Rick, which are not the real names. So, have a good day, good night, and enjoy everything, guys. Have a good one.